These are some of the deadliest fashion trends in history, and some of them were actually putting people's lives at risk. First, Victorian women used to wear beautiful emerald green dresses that looked incredibly bright and expensive, but the shocking part is that the green dye was made using arsenic. Women wearing these dresses could suffer from skin problems, hair loss, and serious poisoning, while workers who produced the fabric were exposed to the toxic chemical every day, so something that looked fashionable could actually be extremely dangerous. Next was the cage crinoline, a huge metal frame worn underneath women's skirts in the 1800s to make their dresses look much wider. The problem was that these large skirts could easily catch fire if a woman got too close to a candle, fireplace, or other open flame. There were many reported cases of women suffering severe burns or dying after their dresses caught fire. Then there were the extremely stiff collars worn by men in the late 1800s. These collars were designed to keep a man's head upright and give him a formal appearance, but they were so tight and uncomfortable that they could restrict movement around the neck. Combined with alcohol and slouching, they were blamed in some reports for dangerous situations and even accidental suffocation. Another crazy trend involved hats treated with mercury. Hat makers used mercury compounds to help create the desired finish on felt hats, but workers were exposed to mercury fumes for long periods of time. Some developed serious neurological symptoms, including shaking, mood changes, confusion, and paranoia. This is where the famous phrase "mad as a hatter" is often connected. Women in the 1600s also used lead-based face powders to create extremely pale, almost white skin, but lead is highly toxic, and repeated exposure could seriously damage the skin and cause hair loss and other health problems. Some women even used wigs to hide the damage caused by these beauty products. And finally, there was foot binding in China. Girls had their feet tightly bound from a young age to create the small feet that were considered beautiful and associated with status. The process caused extreme pain, permanent deformity, infections, and serious health complications. It's crazy to think that some of these fashion trends were considered beautiful at the time, even though they could have deadly consequences.